The Vigilante is a 15-chapter film serial from Columbia Pictures that made its debut in 1947. This was Columbia Pictures' 33rd serial. In the serial, the Vigilante is a government agent investigating the case of the 100 Tears of Blood, which are a string of rare blood-red pearls sought by a gang led by the mystery villain X1 and also the former owner, Prince Emil Hassan. The Vigilante first appeared in Action Comics number 42, created by Mort Weisinger and Mort Meskin. Greg Sanders, the Vigilante's alter ego, was a country western singer known nationwide as the Prairie Troubadour, who doubled as a motorcycle-riding crime fighter. The Vigilante, like many heroes of the era, acquired a kid sidekick to aid him in his crime fighting. Stuff, the Chinatown Kid, also known as Jimmy Long, was introduced in Action Comics 45. Ralph Byrd portrayed the Vigilante and was probably best known for his role as Dick Tracy. George Offerman Jr. would play the Vigilante's sidekick, Stuff. While Offerman is clearly not a young Chinese kid in this serial, in retrospect, maybe that's a good thing. Otherwise, he may have come out sounding like Dr. Daka from the Batman serial. The slight costume changes that Columbia tagged the Vigilante character with do not render the character unrecognizable. I mean, so he's got a fedora and a button-up style shirt instead of the large cowboy hat and the double-button blue shirt he wore in the comic books. The nose-chin covering bandana is still there, and the Vigilante still rides a motorcycle and wields a gun. The focus may be on Greg Sanders' acting in Western films, but the country Western singer is still an element to the character as well.
Let me think on that.
The original Vigilante appeared in Justice League Unlimited, voiced by Nathan Fillion, who played lead character Malcolm Reynolds in the sci-fi western Firefly.
And don't you ever stand for that sort of thing. Someone ever tries to kill you, you try to kill him right back.
In World's Finest Comics 246, Stuff would eventually be killed off by the Vigilante's arch foe, the Dummy, somewhat following the footsteps of Captain America's sidekick, Bucky. Also of interest is in the Vigilante City Lights Prairie Justice 1997 miniseries, Stuff is actually murdered by Bugsy Siegel instead.
What a thing to say.
Perhaps a slight inspiration for the aftermath of the death of Jason Todd, the second Robin, Vigilante received a new sidekick named Stuff Jr., who was the original son, Victor Long. This was much in the same vein as Batman's third Robin, Tim Drake. Stuff Jr. was trained to fight by Richard Dragon. You might be wondering why I think that's such a big deal. Well, put it this way. If there were internet fads in the DC universe, instead of Chuck Norris facts, there'd be Richard Dragon facts.
Yes, and rare and priceless.
What does it all mean?
Most recently, the character was thought to have been killed off in Grant Morrison's Seven Soldiers of Victory series. However, in the recent Superman's Pal Jimmy Olsen special by James Robinson, Greg Sanders, the Vigilante himself, reports to one James Olsen that his supposed death in the Seven Soldiers was just a bunch of hooey.
Well, if Greg Sanders said so, I reckon we're on the right track.
Anyway, I like Vigilante a lot. I hope you guys do too.